Hey guys, Chairman37 next here bringing you another Cookie Clicker update video. This time we are doing a video on the 2.0055 beta, as you can see down here. This is a pretty significant update, and he said they're going to continue adding stuff to this beta in the future, which is very exciting. We're gonna go ahead and hop in. You can already see some interesting things just on the screen alone. Let's go ahead and hop into it here. So, fix the save corruption bug. Apparently, I'm not sure exactly what that is, to be honest. But apparently it was pretty important because it's the first thing in the patch notes. New cookies, milk flavors, and achievements. So if we scroll up here, you see we have 10 new achievements here. What's that? Like 7 new cookies, a couple new mouse upgrades, which was kind of interesting, and a new kitten upgrade is very significant. So really quick, we're gonna skip around a little bit. Building CPS has been lowered slightly to compensate. So you'll notice I actually have my other save opened up here. Just so I can show you guys. I have Windows 10 now, so I can actually do this a lot easier than I could before with these two monitors. But you can see our CPS is significantly lower on this version. Let me go over to stats here. So you can see, just gotta say, cookies. Here you go, 157 on alien versus 561. So they nerfed it quite a lot. Mostly I found it's in chance makers. You see these did 157 octillion per second for me, but before they did 712 octillion per second, which is very significant. Like everything I think was decreased, but theme parks, oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty significant, but if you're in the late game it actually doesn't matter too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop a couple ring clays here. Because you can just pick up all these upgrades. You see when I get this kitten upgrade, already I'm above where I was on the previous save, as you can see. So whenever they add new kitten upgrades, it's always very significant. So we can go ahead and pick these up. Click damages a little bit more. You see we're already making more than we did before. Supposedly that balance was to balance out gardens, but even completely ignoring the addition to gardens, I'm already above where I was before, so I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so new milk flavors. I can go ahead and show that off really quick. I'll show more about the... Did they talk about the achievements? Oh yeah, new achievements. Okay, so we'll go ahead and show that off now as well. So you'll see down here, you'll notice, first off, we got all the new upgrades. There's just those 10, no hidden ones, and there's no new prestige upgrades. But there is a lot of new achievements, as you can see here. They added, I think, like 5 new milk tiers, actually. They added coffee milk, milk with a spot of tea, specifically coconut milk, and then actually if we go into the milk select, you can see the last 2, cherry milk and soy milk. So we can go ahead and show you guys what all those look like really quick here. So, you know, pretty basic ones, but pretty nice. I'm gonna keep that on automatic. And they actually, I don't think they did this before. They show you which ones you have unlocked and what unlock requirements there are. So it's every 25 you get a new milk, which I didn't actually know that, to be honest. I wasn't entirely sure how the new milk unlocks were what they were based on. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one more time, because this is the main reason I had this open, is because I can show you guys the new achievements. As you can see, they added, what, like 33 new achievements, which is quite a lot. You'll notice I got 8 of them right away, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys really briefly what all the new achievements are. So we have these 4 here, presumably for, like, baking 1 tridecillion, quadecillion, so on, cookies, and an ascension. So those ones I actually don't have yet. These are probably going to be some of the last ones I get, because I'm actually, I think, a bit far away from that. Because even as is, I'm only baking like a couple duodecillion per ascension. So you'll notice these ones down here, though. We got all these. It was these last 4 that were added: 100 septillion per second, 1 octillion, 10 octillion, and 100 octillion. I got all those instantly. So green cookies sleep furiously. I love these names. I don't even understand some of them. Running with scissors, like, what significance does that even have? I love it. So we got those. Down in cursors, you'll see there's 2 new achievements here: 100 sextillion and 10 septillion from clicking. I believe that's the only new ones here. This is the sugar lump achievement. So the one right after the pink statue one, those are the sugar lump ones. Those aren't new. There is a new one for having 500 and 450 grandmas, however. I think 450 is new. Yeah. Oh, even 400 is new. Oh, wow, okay. That I actually didn't know that. So they actually added all 3 of these achievements. And then basically each building now has an achievement for 400 and 450 purchase. The only exception to that are cursors and grandmas. We have to have 500 of each. Actually, yeah. So you need 500 cursors, 500 grandmas, and then 450 of everything else to get all the achievements now, which is quite a lot more. As you can see, I'm actually not even that close down here. So once again, that's actually going to take quite a while, which is, I'm perfectly fine having more achievements to go for, so I really don't mind that at all. But that basically summarizes, that's why I ended up getting a bunch of achievements right off the bat. So that kind of summarizes where a lot of these comes from. As you can see, I need 400 and 450 for this. Same with this, with all of these buildings down here, basically. So, yeah, I've got some work to do, needless to say. So scrolling down more, I think those are most of the new achievements in that section. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I don't see any new ones around here. I'm just because there's a lot of kind of weird and just mostly miscellaneous achievements scattered around here, so I'm just making sure I didn't miss any. But I don't believe so. This is for having 365 sugar lumps. That one's not new. But what is new, not this one, but there's these 3 new ones down here. I believe these are the last new achievements. They also added at least one new shadow achievement. Cookie Legacy for at least a year. Obviously, I'm well over that. I'm at like 4 or 5 years now whenever this game came out, so if they ever add one for a lot longer than that, I'll be good to go. But these 3 are related to gardens. I believe we don't need this anymore. I'll keep it open just in case. I'll just minimize it. Okay. So we'll be getting to that in just... Oh yeah, here we go. Out of the garden. Minigame for at least one farm. Let me just make sure. Building CPS is lowered. They're gonna add more in the future, like I said, and feedback on balance. So we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, the garden is very significant. Obviously, when they say minigame, they mean one like this. Whenever they say minigame, that's what they mean. So we have this and this already in the game. These are minigames, technically. They're not, they're really cool additions. There's not a ton to them, though. I think calling them minigames is a little bit ambiguous. Also, you'll notice, I believe these are new backgrounds, and also if you hover over them, the good and bad side effects are actually highlighted in green and red, which is pretty cool. As an addition they made, I'm pretty sure in this one, where it matches the stuff in the garden as well. But we're gonna go ahead and hop into the garden here. This is gonna be a bit of a lengthy explanation. I don't know everything about the garden yet. I still have a lot to learn. Trust me. This is actually a pretty complex system, and I'm really a big fan of it. So starting out, if you only have one level into your farms, you'll only have this tiny plot. You need at least 1 sugar lump in farms, I believe. I'm pretty sure if you don't have access to this. Same with the other minigames. So let's just start over here. So we have our tools, harvest all, and freeze. This just kind of pauses it. Oh, I never heard that noise before. That was kind of loud, actually. You know, just so you can kind of plan stuff out. It is based on how long. You see, it's based on ticks when things progress, but we'll get to that in a moment. And then harvest all is pretty straightforward. You'll start out with only 1 seed. There's 14, which is very surprising. But you only start out with 1. Baker's wheat. Basically the effect, once I think it's fully grown, you get a passive plus 1% CPS, which is, you know, pretty good considering you're getting this increase compared to nothing before this update. It's pretty good, but you'll find later on that there are a lot more seeds that are a lot better than this. But again, I'll get to at least some of those in a little bit. And so here's your plots. These are where you can plant seeds. And you have 5 different soil types here. So you have the basic one, just dirt, ticks every 5 minutes. Basically, the ticks are when your plants update, when they're, like, grown. I'm not sure if faster ticks means it grows faster, or if faster ticks just means that it gets updated more frequently. But there are benefits to having it just update, even if it doesn't grow faster. So I'm actually not 100% sure. If anyone wants to let me know exactly what that is, exactly which it is in the comments, I would really appreciate that. I'm still trying to learn a lot about this, like I said. And in the upcoming beta videos I'm going to be doing, and, you know, full release videos and stuff, I'll definitely be expanding on the knowledge that I lay out in this video, and I'll be showing you guys more seeds and all that good stuff. So basic dirt, no effects, ticks every 5 minutes. Next, we have the fertilizer, which ticks every 3 minutes. The fact that it ticks every 3 minutes is called fertilizer, it makes me think that it does grow faster as well as update more often. So I think it's actually both. But again, I'm not 100% sure, so let me know. Passive plant effects minus 25%. So basically that means that this would only give you like plus 0.75 CPS. But it ticks faster, so they grow quicker, basically, is the main perk here. And weeds appear 20% more. I really don't know why this is a benefit. I feel like the main benefit for this one is that it ticks every 3 minutes. But the fact that it ticks the fact that weeds appear more is kind of confusing to me. Also, we're just gonna go ahead and plant a couple. I'll get to that a bit later on, but I just want to I'm just gonna do a bit of a setup here so we can try and maybe see something. But I have another save, so no worries. But yeah, I feel like weeds appearing more should be a downside. I really don't think, from what I've seen at least, that weeds have any benefit. But again, I might be wrong, and I very well could be wrong on that. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to see. I haven't encountered weeds yet because I've only been messing around with this for a little while. But basically this is just good if you really want to get plants grown very quickly. And apparently if you want weeds, that's good for that too. Next up we have clay. Also, you can only change your soil every 10 minutes, as you can see there. Ticks every 15 minutes, so this grows very slowly. Yeah, plants grow slower, higher tick. Okay, so that is actually, I'm pretty sure what the ticking does. So it does both of the things that I said that it might do. But your passive plant effects are plus 50%, which is pretty significant. So each one of these will do 1.5 CPS, and later on, you know, some of the other boosts will get a lot better as well. But again, it does take a lot longer to grow. We're talking 3 times as long compared to this, 5 times compared to that. So this is probably the best one for long term, but you're definitely gonna have to be very patient if you're gonna want to use this one. Next up we have pebbles. Ticks every 5 minutes, so these last 2 tick the same as the original dirt. Excuse me, hold on. Okay. Passive plant effects minus 75%, which is pretty substantial. So that means this one's only going to do like 0.25% CPS. 20% chance of harvesting seeds automatically when plants expire. So basically, plants will decay over time. I can actually show you right here. Basically, they go through this growth period. Once it hits green, that's when it's like fully grown, and then it kind of decays from there. I'm not sure if the effect of it decays. I'll actually be able to check that in a little bit. When it's a bud, you only get 10%. Basically, each stage you get like, I think it's 10, 25, 50, and then 100% or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. You can click to unearth it if you just want to remove it. It says the average lifespan and average maturation, I don't know how to pronounce that, period. So basically the lifespan is from very beginning to when it fully decays is about an hour, and it will be fully matured after about 22 minutes. So once it's matured is when you can harvest it for some sort of benefit. I'm honestly not sure. The 3 new achievements I was talking about, I'm pretty sure related to mature plants harvested, because likewise with spells, how there was achievements for casting spells. I'm pretty sure there's ones also for harvesting plants, and possibly for collecting new seeds, which again, I'll get to that in a moment. Like I said, there's a lot to this. So that's basically what this is all about. And when they fully expire, apparently this gives you 20% chance of harvesting seeds. I'm not sure why. I guess that's for if you're trying to grow to crossbreed plants, as you can see here, to unlock new ones. That, you know, if you want to do that, but you don't want to sit here and moderate it, you can do this, and then it'll have a chance at automatically giving you some of those new seeds. And then weeds appear less. So yeah, that's the weird thing, is that here it says weeds appear less as a benefit, and here it says weeds appear more as a benefit. So it's a little strange. I guess they both might have their perks. And then this is the one that I personally am going with. Every 5 minutes, so, you know, pretty standard there. Passive plants, minus 75. This isn't one that you want to use when you're trying to have good CPS. This is one you use when you're trying to unlock new plants. As far as I can tell. It makes sense to me, at least. Because plants can spread and mutate 3 times more, which is pretty significant. And then also, weeds appear 10 times less, which is, of course, nice as well. So yeah, this is good for crossbreeding. Basically, how the crossbreeding works is, so we have these 2 plants here. The reason I didn't plant them in these 4 spots, or these 2 spots, is because once both of these plants get grown, like fully grown, So when they're fully matured, like at the roughly 22-minute mark, they then have a chance to start spreading to adjacent tiles. And if two plants have neighboring tiles that intersect, there's a chance that they can both, like, spread to that one, and it can crossbreed them and create a new plant. So basically that's why this is really good, is because they spread and mutate 3 times more, which is really significant early on when you're just trying to unlock all the seeds, which of course I'm trying to do. And then really quick, I'm going to switch over to another save that I had running like for a bit longer, where I was kind of doing more experimenting with this. This was like a fresh save converted over to the beta. But there's one other thing I wanted to say, and I completely forgot what it was. Oh yeah, so if you level this up, as you can see, I'll go ahead and show you guys the progression of this, how it grows. It actually grows pretty substantially every time. And then max level of here. And then actually this completely goes away, which is cool. So we have, what is this, like a 6x6 square, which is crazy. So it's a huge increase. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit, just a little taste of some of the higher level gardening stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and get these. Let me turn volume back up. I think it was at like 40. Let me turn particles off just for a smoother experience. So we're gonna go in here. As you can see, I was doing a little bit of work here. So basically, you want to plant in an every other formation so that you can get that as the maximum amount of spreading and like crossbreeding and stuff. So you'll notice that some of these are not baker's wheat. Some of them are. I always just get rid of those because I'm looking for new plants right now. I think I have all the new plants I can get just by crossbreeding baker's wheat. Because basically when you crossbreed baker's wheat, you have 3 things I think that you can get. You can get, of course, baker's wheat, which is, I think, the more common one. You can get thumb corn, which is pretty common. And then you can get bakeberry, which I believe is pretty rare, at least based on my results. So, we'll go ahead and go over those quick. You see, I don't have seeds yet. I think you have to harvest them once they're mature, and then you get the seeds for the new plant. I'm guessing. Of course, it wouldn't work with baker's wheat because we kind of already have baker's wheat. But you'll see. I'll go ahead and click this one and harvest it, and then mature plants harvested. I'm not sure what the significance of harvesting plants that you already have is, other than just working towards the achievements. But so right here we have thumb corn. Average lifespan and maturation is pretty similar. It's like very slightly longer. Oh, actually, the lifespan's a bit longer, but the maturation period is actually quite a bit lower, which is pretty nice. So that's a pretty good combo. And +1 cookies per click. +1%, sorry, cookies per click. So if you do active and you just have a whole field of these, that's, what, 30 plus 36% cookies per click. If you have these, that's some other amount. I'm not entirely sure. It would be like 48 or so. 40 or 50 something. I can't really do that math in my head on the spot like that, but you know, it's pretty good basically if you have an active build. Whereas these, you know, if you get that same boost for idle CPS, you can get almost like probably close to 50% boost to your CPS just from baker's wheat. And again, that's only the most basic plant. So if we go over to bakeberry, you see these are much longer term. Over 2.5 hours to mature, and over 5.5 hour average lifespan though, which is pretty good. And you get +2% CPS just passively. And then harvest when mature for +40 minutes of CPS. So I'm assuming what that means is if you harvest it, you'll get that +2% CPS for an additional 40 minutes. I'm guessing. So this is actually one benefit to harvesting plants besides just unlocking the seeds and, you know, making this number get bigger. Is that some plants seem to have a benefit, basically like an active effect, I think is what it would be classified as, because they have the passive effects, as you can see, that these things affect. So passive plant effects -25 plus 50, whereas the more active effects happen when you harvest them. So these are the only things that you can get by crossbreeding baker's wheat, I believe. I actually have this image that I got from the Cookie Clicker Discord, actually, which I highly suggest you guys join if you have any questions about any of this stuff. But, so you can see crossbreeding baker's wheat. So basically the minimum plants are what you're looking for when you're trying to figure out what to crossbreed. So you can get baker's wheat from crossbreeding 2 baker's wheat or 2 thumbcorn, which is a little unfortunate. You can get thumbcorn by crossbreeding 2 baker's wheat, thumbcorn, or chrono rice. And yeah, basically baked berries you can see you get from 2 times baker's wheat as well, but there's nothing else that you get from 2 times baker's wheat. So the rest of the stuff you have to combine some more interesting combinations. And as you can see, baked berries, I'm assuming this pushed value is like the chance of crossbreeding it. And this is like 0.3%, I'm guessing. So the fact that I actually got that is kind of crazy. If this works how I think it does, at least. I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing that's related to the chances of getting a crossbreed with that plant. So the fact that I actually got bakeberry is very nice. It actually doesn't seem like bakeberry is used for any crossbreeds though, which is interesting. But like for example, the chrono rice here, I'll get if I crossbreed 1 baker's wheat and 1 thumbcorn. So that'll be something I'll want to work towards yet. Next, then guild millet is 1 chrono rice and 1 thumbcorn. You can kind of see how it goes from there. So you just kind of want to basically just work and try and unlock all of these. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, so the weed. So these are the weeds down here, I think. These actually, I guess that's why you would want more weeds, is because they actually count as seeds. So you can actually, because there's 14. Whoops. There's 14 different seeds, and combining the plants and the weeds here, it's actually 14. So apparently the weeds actually might have some benefits that would be useful. So that's interesting. I don't know what any of these do besides the 3 that I found. But like I said, I'm going to be trying to do this pretty actively and really try and unlock a lot of stuff so I can continue showing you guys more of the plants in the coming, as I do more beta videos, because he also said he's going to be adding more. So I'd like to have a lot of this stuff unlocked already so that I can show you guys all the new stuff. But yeah, I think basically there's a lot of content here, and I'm gonna be working towards this for a while. So as you can see here, these are mature. So let me go ahead and harvest one, and there we go. Now we can plant thumbcorn, which is pretty cool. It's gonna take a while before I can do the same for this one, but yeah. So that's pretty much how it goes. So now I would want to start crossbreeding, I guess, thumbcorn and baker's wheat. So I would want to just go ahead and harvest a few of these things. I'd want to put, like, for example, maybe thumbcorn, like, whoops. If you do shift click also, you can plant multiple. Just gonna get rid of that. And so then if I put this here, then this basically creates a decent amount of overlapping squares, like baker's wheat, thumbcorn. So potentially in any of these spots here, we can get chrono rice. For example, of how you'd probably want to kind of do that. I probably started messing up some of my pattern here, but that's fine. Anywho, yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Sorry for the long one, but there's a lot of content here, so the future ones probably won't be quite as long, whatever he decides to add on the beta in the future. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check the description for a link to my Twitch.tv channel. I actually just recently got an Elgato, so I've been starting to do some streams from my my Nintendo Switch recently. I did a Splatoon stream, and I'm probably going to be doing at least a few more of those. So that opens up a whole new world of Switch games that I want to stream. But also I've been doing a lot of FTL, Faster Than Light, if that's of interest to you guys. So yeah, feel free to go ahead and drop me a follow on Twitch. Really would appreciate it. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as some Saturdays. So yeah. So thank you guys again very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time for the next beta.